Hello, my quilty friends. It is week 12 of our Stars in the Garden sew-along. And guess what? This is our last block. But we are not done with this project. I will be back next week to talk about borders. They're optional, but we'll talk about them. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I have a free guide on my website that gives you all the cutting instructions and how to make the block kits so that you are ready to sew the blocks as you see fit. If you're interested in a kit that uses the same fabrics that I have used in my quilt, it is available from my favorite quilt shop, Vintage Pink and Green. Links in the description below. This week's block is a favorite, I hope, that we have done a couple of times before. This is a whole new set of colors, and we only need to make 2. So, Flying Geese it is. Let's get sewing. Our final block, block 12. This is a Flying Geese block. We have already made 2 of these in different colors, and this one is the last one, and you only need to make 2. So we'll be using our light blue and medium pink to make our Flying Geese. We'll make 4 of those units, sew those 4 units together, and then sew on our sides. And those 2 blocks will complete our quilt top before borders. A quick refresher for Flying Geese: you will take and mark on the diagonal of the square, corner to corner, and place that on one end of a rectangle. Sew on that diagonal, trim off your excess. This folds back. And then you will take another square, again marked on the diagonal, corner to corner. Place that square on the other end of the rectangle. Sew on that diagonal. And when you turn that back, you will have your Flying Geese unit. So let's go make those last Flying Geese and put this block together. All right, here we are with our Flying Geese. And again, we're just going to take the 4 of them, stack them on top of each other, sew them together. And once those are together, we can sew on our side pieces. And that will give us our finished block. And again, with this, we make 2, and that will complete all the blocks we need for the quilt top before borders. My friends, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this is not the end of this project, because I will be back next week to talk all about borders. You may be perfectly happy with your quilt as is, or you may feel it needs to add a little bit more, either to make it bigger or to sort of frame it. And we're going to talk all about that next week. In the meantime, why not check out this?